Real society has laws. But they should be good laws. They should be laws that accomplish something, or it's for the better good of people, right? If X, Y, Z, the corner of X, Y, and Z needs a stoplight, let's put a stoplight there if it saves lives, right? But this whole thing of, no, we need to put stoplights all the way down the avenue because we're afraid people are going to speed and they're going to go too fast. We got to make sure, these little speed bumps are in place. That's getting draconian right there, because you don't trust people to operate with liberty and freedom and responsibility. I'm tired of that nonsense.
And if you think this whole 4th of July thing is going to stop after that, it's not, because then we're going to roll right into, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it's going to be the same thing. And people that are following these rules, y'all are sheep.
I mean, who's listening to Joe Biden anyway?
I mean, Joe Biden's not even listening to himself.
He's so freaking
He
boring.
can't hear, see, speak, smell. He has no sense.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. See, people. Like I wear my Texas shirts. See, first of all, there's some honest humor in these kind of things. People say, "Oh, you just want to be seditious and you don't love America." I love America very much. What I don't love is politicians, specifically liberal politicians, that want to control my life, and I don't trust Washington D.C. I tweeted yesterday. I put it on Facebook. I said, the problem with America isn't fossil fuels. It's the fossils in Washington, D.C. And somebody said, this old man's going to kick your ass to the curb if you don't stop talking about old people. There's old people in Washington, D.C. that fight for America. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Yankee Pelosi of the world, the Chuck Schumers, the Joe Bidens, who's been there 48 years, and he never done anything but a crime bill in 94.
And he's still not doing anything but creating worse things.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything but making it worse.
Yeah. I mean, I love how he talks about, well, there's no miracle coming, but the miracle of the vaccine is here. And it's like,
all of a sudden, we're
Where
all
do they think
pro-vaccine.
that vaccine came from, and how do they think it got there so fast?
They just scratched the name Trump out.
Right.
At the top of the page, they just scratched the name Trump out and said the Biden vaccine plan or whatever.
And Biden's selling that to America on all the bullshit news, and they're eating it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let me say something about vaccines, since we did mention it. We're rabbit trailing all over the place. We'll get back to the things that matter. But they need to release the studies. You really need to take a look at the studies of the vaccine and its effectiveness in Israel, right? But again, Joe Biden is not going to do anything that Israel has anything to do with. Dems, they hate Israel, so they're not going to release those studies. But the vaccine's actually working. I mean, it's actually working. The spread is virtually zero in every way among those who are vaccinated. See, that's the whole thing. And I loved what Jackie Schlegel said on here talking about children's vaccines. It applies to this. It's not about being anti-vaccine. It's about being vaccine choice. You shouldn't have to have a vaccine passport to get on an airplane, the kind of thing that they're proposing. To travel from state to state, you should have to show me your papers. I need to see your papers. Your vaccine passport, like you've said, Steve, get a big V tattooed on your forehead so people will know. Get a UPC symbol on your forearm so they can scan it.
Right.
Or just get you one of them, prison camp numbers right there. I mean, a lot of that kind of smacks of history in my ears. But vaccine choice, I don't care if you get a vaccine. Go get the vaccine. If you feel like it's safe and good for your family. I mean, I hear of elderly people who are going out and getting the vaccine. Good for you. That is great. That is fantastic. I hope it 100% works. I'm not in a position in my life where I feel like I need to get that vaccine. One day I may feel like it's time for me to go get the COVID vaccine. But that is my choice. It shouldn't be a mandate that comes down from a Joe Biden that says, well, if you do everything we say,